Hello, my name's Marcus, and this is the first tutorial explaining how to change the mesh weapons in Doom 3. You'll need the two plugins that come with 3D that come with a zip file that you need to put in 3D Studio. I've put them in scripts, utilities, and it's just the MD5 import and export plugins. Okay, so let's just get going. I've made a Colt 1911, and it's going to be a bit of a golden gun. Just saves me having to texture it really. So let's get this ready. So if I go into a side view, and we go to the Create tab, click on Systems button, select Bones, and let's put the bone size up to 1. And let's just drag out our bone. Actually, I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to go make a bone across the barrel. Okay. I'm going to rename that bone as barrel, and let's make sure that it's in the center of the gun. It almost is. There we go. Okay, and that's all we need. So let's select everything, file and merge, and we'll be merging with a file that comes with the zip file as well. And all this, we just these are all the bones in that file. We'll just select all, okay, and chugs away. Right, finally. All this is, I switch the grid off, is the actual Doom 3 pistol view, and I've just deleted the original weapon and spread out the fingers so it's easier to constrain the bones to the model. The next thing I'm going to do is go into the side view, and I'm going to create another bone across here. I'm going to rename that as Flash. Okay, and the next thing that I'm going to do personally is I'm going to, when you import an MD5 mesh, it also comes with a skin modifier already in there. The problem with this is that's useless, so we can get rid of it, because at the moment we've got two objects, the gun and the arm. The exporter only can export one object, so we need to make this object part of that object. So we need to reskin it anyway. So if we select that model and collapse, yes. And what I'm going to do is just delete that arm, because it's going to save me some time in the tutorials. The reload animations aren't going to be impressive, like, but it'll be alright. You might need to resize your weapon to fit in the hand, but that looks okay. So I'm going to leave that as it is. Okay. I'm going to need to link these two bones that I've created to the hierarchy of this. So I'm going to select the barrel bone, and if we go across here and the select and link, so I'm just going to hold my button mouse down and go to the wrist bone and let go. That's linked now. I'm going to do the same with this and link that. There we go. So that's all ready. Now we're going to select the gun and click on attach and select our arm and OK that. Now that means that this whole thing is now one object. Okay, which is just what we need. With that done, I'm going to add the skin modifier to the stack. You can get that from modifier list. I've created a button, and if I go down the rollout, and you'll see parameters. If you click on the add button, you'll see all the bones used in the scene. Just select them all, select, and that means all these bones are now ready to be constrained to this model. if I hit the skin modifier, everything turns blue. You'll see that the bones have got these little boxes. If you hit one of them, that bone becomes selected. If we scroll down here and we'll see a button that says paint weights. I select that and it allows us to actually paint the constraints. So when it turns red, it basically means that all the vertices are now constrained to that one bone. So this means that even though this is one whole object, if I select the bone, I can move the gun about as if it was an individual object, and that's how you'd animate all the individual bits like the slide, the triggers, the hammer, and the clip and everything. But, this is a very basic tutorial on getting weapons into the game. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to select our model, hit skin again, select the flash bone, and I'm going to paint these planes without painting anything else in the background. Right, then I'm going to hit the arm and paint all this down, and the planes as well. Paint the planes. Okay. Make sure that I've got everything. Then I'm going to hit this bone, and from here, again I'm going to paint everything to about there. And we'll make sure that we've got the back, that's okay. That's all done. Let's just make sure we have the front plane painted as well. Okay, then we're going to do the hand. So we'll select the hand bone, the wrist bone, and we're going to paint the planes, and we'll work all the way to the wrist. Paint, paint, paint. Make sure that the planes are painted. The front plane isn't. Okay. Right, the thumb. We'll do the thumb now. If we select the thumb bone, if we hit the little button next to paint weights, you'll bring up the painter attributes. I'm going to drop the size to 1, and it'll just shrink the brush size down. I'm just going to paint all of that. This is all going to be very quickly done, very rushed. Then we're going to do this. Paint. Make sure everything is painted right. Okay. And you do the fingers exactly the same. Start with the knuckle, paint down to the end, and then go to the middle joint, paint down to the end, and then just do the fingertip, and do all the fingers like that. Of course, you don't need to paint these planes while you're doing the fingers. And I'm going to pause that while I do that, just to save on time, and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, I've finished that. It's a good idea to select a few of the bones and move the digits around and make sure everything is moving okay. Like the wrist bone. Okay, that's all working fine. If you've missed out any vertices while you were painting, then you'll see that. So okay, I'm going to move the gun down and get it into position. There we go. Slot it in there. Takes a bit of judgment to get this roughly into position. looking good. Right. I'm just going to rotate the digits into place, and that'll be the end of the tutorial. Well, the first part anyway. Yeah, so you see I've missed a vertices there while I was... You can see that. But, not a major problem. It's only the small finger. I thought I'd probably miss one from there. Sometimes the bones are quite big and and they can restrict what you're painting. I've missed another one. I don't believe it. And let's move that down. Move that into position. Oh, this one's going okay. Just bend the fingers in. And done a terrible job at rigging this up. But oh well. There we go. Make sure it's all fine. That's spot on. And with that done, let's save it. And we'll save it as view. And there we go. The next tutorial will be looking at animation states. So I'll see you there.